Hey everybody, and welcome to the blog Selling Like Hodgie. Here we are in beautiful downtown Lipa, and it's post-typhoon. We had a typhoon yesterday and it was terrible. And unfortunately I can't show you what the place looks like, but it's almost like God did the gardening and everyone's got to clean up the leaves and the trees. I tell you, it's a bit of a mess. But anyway, we're back to normal today. Well, not really, but we're here, and what we're going to talk about is closing the deal. And I know everyone out there is sort of like thinking that, oh, thank you, and we're going to have music in the background where I'm going to give you the be it all and end it all of how to get more deals by closing. Well, let me tell you this. As I said, this whole thing was selling like Hodgie, road to a sale. If you've done the road to a sale and you've qualified properly and you've demonstrated properly, the closing really should be just natural and part of the deal, even to the point where the customer says, when can I have it? When can I get it delivered? But for the sake of the exercise, maybe it's not always perfect, so there's going to be after a time where you actually ask the question, all right? So that's what we're going to cover this morning in these less than 10 minutes. But let me start off. I've got to tell you that when it comes to closing, what you've got to do is you've got to put all your cards on the table. Now, what do I mean by that? First of all, see that's a pen, right? And what's normally accompanying that is an order form, or in this day and age, it'll be on our iPad or it'll be on our phone. There'll be something where the client has to send you, sign, agree, shake hands, you name it. And the one mistake that a lot of salespeople do is that they tend to keep an order pad or keep the iPad or keep the pen inside the drawer, or they'll keep it inside their bag that they carry in there. What you've got to do is have it all on the table, okay? So put your pen out there, put the order pad out there, put the iPad out there. Even explain to the people when you're doing a presentation, you'd actually say, and you're probably asking yourself what the order process is. Like, let me just show you, this is how we do our ordering. So that way they're not afraid of it, all right? There's always this thing that when you bring out a contract, people start to get paranoid. And what can happen is they can almost take a backward step, and where you've won the deal, you can actually lose the deal, or you've got to start selling again. So my number one thing about closing a deal, before you even think about closing a deal, show them all the instruments that are going to be used, right? So have the order pad ready, get the pens shaking around so they're not afraid of it, get the iPad, show them beforehand exactly what they're going to sign, exactly what they're going to click here, press hard, 5 copies, and away you go. Now, closing. So all the way through this, I've said closing should not be a major event. Because what tends to happen, right, people in the background, but it's okay. What tends to happen is people will go, a close is when you say, so, can I have your business now? So, can we do a deal or what? So, would you like pink or purple, and can I deliver it to you tomorrow? When would you like delivery of that, right? They tend to make it a major event where it's almost like, you know, when you used to go to the pub and the pub's closed at 12 o'clock, and at 2 minutes to 12 you'd say, better order another beer, right? A close should not be like that. It should be a natural thing that you've presented properly, you've qualified properly, and it's just going through the motions of, well, what they told you they want, we're going to deliver it now. But again, we're going to put it into an easy thing. So what is it? It's like qualification. It's a matter of using something you qualified on, something you presented on, to roll into a close. Or it's using an objection. Once you overcome the objection, you roll it into a close. So what do I mean by that? So when you're qualifying the client and they turn around and say they want something with pink and purple spots in a website, and all of a sudden you're presenting the website, and all you basically say to them is, and Mr. Customer, you told me that you wanted pink and purple spots. Are you happy with this? There's a close, right? If they turn around and say, no, it's an objection, we just followed the path that we had last week, an objection. If they turn around and say, what's really important to me for this deal is call to actions. Ms. Jones, you told me that call to action was very important. How do you feel about these? Blah, 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 blah. Is that okay? Can we move forward on that? You're asking a closing question. If they turn around and you've gone right through the presentation, just about before you finish, just turn around and say, hey, we normally say that we can have those things finished in 5 or 7 days. Which one will you be happy with? Closing question. Usually when you presented it, you've talked about your payment terms. You can bring it up and say, you know, we have a payment term where it's 50% up front and 50% we publish on when we publish a site. Would you be okay for that 50% up front now? Or would you like to do that tomorrow? That's a closing question. All right? All you're asking them is something gentle, something nice. It's not a big thing. It's just off what you're presenting with them. If they turn around and have an objection and you overcome the objection, right? The objection was that they were not happy with the font. Okay, and you turn around and say, Mr. Jones, I understand you're not happy with the font. Let's have a look at the range of fonts and let's see if we can get something that you're happy with. How do you feel about that font? How do you feel about that font? Which font are you most happy with? Mr. Jones turns around and says, I'm really happy with Times Roman. Mr. Jones, if we change that all to Times Roman, will you be okay to go ahead and get the site ready for publishing? Yes. Closing question. Ms. Jones, are you happy with that font now? Is it okay if we move ahead and start getting the site designed for you? So you can see all it is. A close is a matter of asking a simple question, all right, of something you've presented, or when you've got an objection and you've overcome the objection, then you just simply ask a question, right? It should be very gentle, it should be easy, shouldn't be a major event, and everyone will be happy. But it was really funny, back in the day, closing was almost at the stage where people felt that they were having a gun pointed at their head, and if they didn't press hard 5 copies, there would be something wrong. It was very aggressive, and you know, it was one of those what I call a LME, last minute effort. I don't like last minute effort closing. It should be something gentle, close off something you presented on, a point, a presentation, or close off an objection you've overcome. And that's basically as simple as it is. That's how you close a deal. And as long as you've done and followed Hodgie's road to a sale, it'll never be a major event. It'll be great, it'll be simple, it'll be easy, people will be happy, and you'll deliver that website in less than 7 to 10 days. So that's it for today. Ladies and gentlemen, Shane Hodge, CEO of TheCamel.co, and don't forget we're a global data fulfillment partner. We're ready to do everything for you. We do digital marketing as well, and lots of other really sexy, wonderful things, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. So yeah.